Okay. So just make sure use a Cine camera. Cine camera have almost the exact same features and options like a real life video camera that professionals use. Exact same. So there is no difference. So make sure you use Cine camera, not the camera. Cine camera. Now you have, if you see, so this will give you all depth of field, your blur effect, or your view this thing, depth of view field, your film, like which screen you're using, DSLR, all the options are there. So use this one, so it will give you better result. So after doing this, let's see. Let's have wherever I want to place. Maybe 85. Focus, pick. So it's this is in focus. You can see the window like this. So all these options are not there in normal camera. So Cine camera use this. So now you can see this is in focus. Rest everything will go blur automatically. Now where is my sequencer? It's somewhere here only. Here. Sequencer. So I'll just add my camera here. Track, camera. Entire scene is here. So by default, let's create a small animation. So I'll create a key transform here and change the frame. Last, auto camera key is on. So key is created, but in camera you can see it goes out of focus. So I have to fix that as well. So first frame, everything is clean, clear. So camera, all these things are correct. Focus, add key, and last frame. So key created, done. Okay, so like this, you create an animation, basic animation. So and now to for render thing, click on this, and video you can use AVI, it's fine. Audio is not there, and this FPS make sure use 24 only for film, so it gives you better result. More FPS doesn't mean more better quality. So 24 used for movies, it gives you basically a motion blur, so it looks very nice. It looks realistic. And then rest is fine. And under compression, like if you like compression, you can reduce this thing, compression quality, make it 100% or 95%. 100% takes way too long, so 95% it will save some time. So increase this and then capture. That's it. This compression you have to increase and make sure this is your 24, and you can use full HD, and render always render in full HD. That's it. Nothing fancy. And then if you want, if you can import it to any Premiere or any DaVinci or some other software to post process it, it will work. That's it. That's it. You have to do only. If you want to modify, you can import it to DaVinci and or maybe Premiere and modify it slightly. The color correction, or maybe something to remove or add. So all those things, color balance.
Sir, can you also tell how to make your asset look good? As in we apply the textures and everything. Even play around with even in the like in main material editor where we add multiply or lop or anything, right? And then later on we make an instance and do some tweaking.
Yes.
The assets don't look that great compared to substance. The
That
texture.
is obvious. Compared to substance, like you're a mega scam.
Sorry?
Like as compared to substance textures or as compared to Megascan textures?
Like whatever we have done in Substance, we have used, like I have used Megascans only from this thing.
For base.
But yeah, but the dirt or whatever I have added, it doesn't look, first of all, it's not really visible.
Okay.
And even if I try to tweak with the settings, it doesn't, it's not that vibrant. I do not know if it is because of the lighting or the texture is not proper.
So is it looks like your substance texture only?
Can I show you an example, sir? I just
that
okay,
would be really nice.
Okay.
You can share.
The thing is, sir, I was actually sending the file to you, but it failed. I do not know why, so I'm just exporting again the.
Okay, no problem. Because your substance texture looks like your like substance only in Unreal. Like it looks the same, or it looks different.
It looks different. It doesn't look. The color itself looks a little different. I don't know.
Color looks a little different. Maybe that is because of the lighting. Discord something. I don't have Discord. Okay. This thing. Just give me a second.
You don't need Discord. Just if you click, you can.
Yes, I can see it. So, so in this, what do you want to do? Tell me now.
No, I've sent you one more link. You can cross check with both of them. The second link would show you the substance. This one, and this just looks good. At least, yeah. Compared to this, everything looks weird. Is it because the lighting or?
It's lighting. So in Substance, you have used that Studio 3 light, right?
This is, yeah, I think yes, Studio 5 or 3, either one of them.
3.
So Studio 3 light, so it should look exactly the same, but it looks entirely different here. I can see there's a blue tint. That is maybe because of lighting. And one more thing, you have to modify whatever you export from Substance, that that ORM map. Let's see if I have anything here.
No mask sRGB?
Yes, it's make sure it's sRGB, no mask sRGB. That is, you have to convert. If it's converted, it should work without any problem. We don't have where it is.
So are you saying like open the this one and uncheck sRGB, right?
Just change the compression setting to mask no sRGB.
Oh,
by default, it's default DX1. So we change this to mask no sRGB. So it will look exactly same like your Substance.
Okay. And one more thing, I wanted to know if we could implement ray tracing for this level.
Yes, of course you can.
Can you show us in Unreal
how to do it? It's pretty easy. Like Unreal, by default you have 30 RTX, right?
Yes.
3080. So RTX you can do it without any problem. You just need this thing. You need to activate this thing while creating the project. Very simple, nothing to do. New project, create a new empty project. Games, next, like blank third person or whatever you want to do. Next, you can see there is something called ray tracing disabled. So by default, it's disabled. Just simply enable it.
Enable it. One question: if Sanjana is sending me the files and she has already disabled it in the start, how do I enable it while rendering in my?
No, like because you create an empty new project. Empty new project and then just copy paste her files inside your project. That's it.
Oh, okay, understood.
Inside
once I enable it here, what to do next? It's automatically there.
It's automatic. Once you enable this, it will automatically enable. Now after that, you need to add post process and rest of the things. Let's see light. I have a light here.
So the post process settings you had told, right?
Can you
just repeat again about
yes. So here I can see. So you can see ray tracing is there. So by default it's on, but it won't work because I don't have a RTX. So it won't work. In your system, you can definitely tweak around. If you see, if I do anything, nothing will change. So my system RTX is not supported. This thing is ray tracing not supported, so it won't work. So in your system, you can update this thing, change, it will work without any problem. This is one thing you to check for all the lights and all, like number of bounds and your pixels and all this thing. And one more thing, post process. Post process, this is very important. Place it in your scene and make sure infinite extent is enabled. And under this, you have all these ray tracing settings. You can see ambient occlusion here. Okay, there's here. Ray tracing, you can enable it. My system, nothing change. So you just have to activate all these ray tracing options here. And you can see it's by default disabled. You can make it final gather or something and change the samples. It will give you better result. All this ray tracing and plus your this thing, world setting. Where is my world setting? Go to world setting. Let's see. Okay, I guess world setting, there is no ray tracing option. Light mask is there. The world setting, there is no ray tracing, but with the help of this, you can improve the quality of lighting in world setting. This controls the entire game, your lighting setting and setup, entire world of this particular level. So with this, you can improve the quality, you can boost color and everything. And in post process, you can activate all the ray tracing options and improve your quality very easily. And one more thing in post process, activate this all these post process thing, infinite extent and light this thing. You can see there's something called exposure. So this thing, usually for rendering, we use 1 like 1 this, and for this also 1. So this is the actual lighting of the scene. But as your scene is inside the cave and it will be a little dark, so what you can do, so you can increase this slightly, like maybe increase this slightly, maybe 2 or 3 you can keep, so it will automatically get brighter. So this is something, this is one is like exact lighting without any modification, no game settings. And if you want to add something, by default it's 8. So you can reduce it, make it like 4, 5 or 3 and check it. It will give you like a clear, it will make the interior slightly brighter automatically.
So both my minimum and maximum?
No, only one. Like, let's see, I create. So, so here you can see everything is really dark. So, and now I go to post process. Post process, both are 1. So if I switch it off, it should get brighter. Where is my light?
Sir, all the actors, all the assets in the scene has to be movable?
No, it's only for lighting. Like if you want to reduce the baking time, like light build time. So you can convert that main source of light to movable. It will reduce the time of building.
Sir, if I keep it in static,
it will give you better result.
No, sir, but all my assets are black when I do that.
So that means you need to increase the light intensity plus the skylight intensity, both the things.
Okay.
So easiest way is make it movable. And now we'll go to post process. So right now both the things are off. So you can see 1 minimum brightness, maximum brightness. If I go inside, nothing is changing. So I can reduce it slightly. See, it gets slightly brighter, maybe 0.5 or something. If you go outside, it will become slightly dark automatically. Slightly brighter, slightly dark. So it's automatic. So if you have because it's a cave, so you can decrease this thing with the help of this. that brightness and all. And for if you want to keep everything static, you have to increase the intensity of light. Like maybe right now it's 10, I believe, 3. So I can increase this. And if I want to increase, I can increase even further, 150, or if I want to make it 300, just type it 300. So it will work.
Sir, I have sent you the file. Just go through.
This is Chrome.
Also, since you're opening the file, can you show us how to implement the water system?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So will there be a class on Friday since you have taken today?
Friday, maybe, may not, because I took leave for 2 days anyways, because I'm not like well, fever. So that's why maybe, may not be, not sure yet. So I can see 2 new folders. So I guess this new folder is not there in Unreal.
No, sir.
Only this thing. So
Yeah.
I'll copy this and go to Unreal, my content browser, right click, explore, paste it directly under content. Q1, this is 11. Just give me a minute. I'm getting. Okay, still loading. There is a Megascan folder I can see here. Like, isn't it supposed to be outside?
Sir, I created one inside because it's easier to. One more folder I created inside the main folder because it's easier to locate than otherwise I have to go back and forth.
Okay. So pasting it here, but Megascan will create the main master material outside, right? This is your all the instances, I believe.
I just clicked and dragged it, so I don't know.
No, you clicked and basically drag this, copied it here, right? So this thing, you can see there's something called, I guess, Megascan presets. There has to be a folder where all the master materials are there. I believe this one only. So this folder is outside. If you don't copy this, so basically there is no link, right? This is all instances. There is no master. Let's see, let it open. It's way too long to load.
Have you seen the other teams' work, sir? Any update on any of the other teams?
Yes, have seen. So everybody started to like compile everything and like, started lighting and all. So it's going on. So it's like fine, like what to say. It's going on. So, like, let's see, like fine, because final output, like after lighting and all, in everything will look different. So I have seen.
That's what even we are hoping, sir, because right now all the colors look too flat with the lighting not being built.
Yes. So if you once you build it, it will look better, and plus will generate all those ambient occlusion and everything. So it will look nice. Let's see. It takes way too long to load. It's loaded finally. So here I can see texture and all. It's loading. It's mask, no sRGB. It's correct only.
For this one, I haven't added the extra nodes, but the one near the next to Nandi bus, yeah, those. In that, few changes, if you can.
The base is fine. This is okay. Minimum, maximum you have added. Okay. For toughness, this is metallic, flat and normal, fine. So this is 0. Okay. But this will work in whatever. This is fine. No, not wrong. Correct only. And this is power for ambient occlusion. So ambient occlusion also, you can no need to use power. You can use multiply itself. Power is something like when you have some color information or something and you want to like keep that color. So in that case, we can use power. only multiply will work.
So what did you connect from the ARM map to multiply?
Just that ambient occlusion. It was power, so I removed the power, I change it to multiply.
Okay.
Also, so I had one more issue with Maya.
Mm-hmm.
For the Shiva, for example, I basically had the body, legs, and the head and the eyes.
Okay.
I wanted it to combine into a single thing, and I wanted to UV it. Everything was UV separately before this, but once I combine them, all the UVs are intact except for the eyes. They disappear.
Okay, so what happened? Maya creates multiple UV channels. So what happened that UV switched to some other channel. That's why it's disappeared.
So how do I?
You can detach it and detach the eye. Detach the eye. Okay, I'll just show you. I'll just see. It's stuck. Just for detach it, then you can copy that UV to your back to your UV channel 1 and then attach it again. It should work. Okay, let's see. I create a sphere. And put it in a box. So I have two different. Let's see, UV is already there. Like this, UV is already there. So, so if I connect this two should stay together. Like we should not change anything. Let's see. I move it outside. These two and attach it. So it's remain. You can see everything is fine. But if I undo it, and what happens a lot of time automatically, this UV set, it creates a new set of UV. So like suppose I want to create, so created set. Now you can see there's two sets of UV. UV set 0. So if I unwrap this thing here and I go back to map 1 and delete it, only UV. So my UVs are visible in UV set 2. It's here. And this is different. So if I combine these two, see, let's push it outside. These two and combine it. So you can see it's gone. Yeah. It's still there, but UV set 2. So, but if in this condition, you cannot copy it. So you have to separate this one. Select this one and extract faces. Because there's still no UV. This will have UV. Select this UV set 1. Go to UV set. Then there's some copy UV to map 1. Now map 1 also have UV. Map 2 also have UV. Both have UVs. If I combine them, it will stay. So UV channel, that UV set should be same for all the maps. So that it will stay. So you just extract the eye, copy the UV channel, most probably it will be channel 2 or something somewhere else, then paste it back to channel 1 and then combine it. It will work. Okay. Yeah. So here. Gold looks pretty dark here. Oh, this is the basic body, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here it looks different. You can see a lot of detail here. Here it looks all washed out.
Yeah.
Okay, so to control that, power, add color parameter, default value 1. Save. Okay. Now I can increase, decrease the intensity of color. So just add this thing in any of the master material, then you will have this controller and modify everything.
So also, say if I want to change the color of the base material,
Okay.
what can I do?
That is also can be done. There are multiple ways. Like if you just want to change the hue, change the hue overall. Like Photoshop, you have hue saturation, right?
Yeah.
If you want to do that, so you have a hue saturation, hue shift, which is already there in, you can see image adjustment. So your texture, you can connect this texture here directly. Connect this here. And for this shifting this, create a parameter. By default, it's 0. This is for hue shift. But if you want a very specific color, then it's different. Let's save it first.
So from the node itself, you created a parameter?
Right click, convert to parameter.
Okay.
Like any of this node, you can right click on them. Right click, there's an option called option convert to parameter. Right now it's not there because I have already created this thing. So there's an option called convert to parameter. It will take the same name and create this thing. So let's see this one. So now I have hue shift. See color change. This is like if you want the entire thing to change color, like in Photoshop or hue saturation, exact same thing. But if you want very specific color, then in that case, delete this one. You need to have a linear interpolation. So this is your like first texture. And this alpha, like if you have some specific area you want to color, then you can use alpha. And this B will be your color value. So press 3 from keyboard and left mouse button, convert to parameter. So now this is color. Color and connect this to B. So these two will blend together. So this color you have to blend. And if you want, you can do it easy. Like if you don't have a alpha, you can use multiply also here. But make sure by default it's white. Yes, tell me.
So the default value you have, what have you given for color?
Color, white. I made it 100% white.
You change that to parameter, correct?
Yes. After change it to parameter, so you have this default value. Just click it and just change the color. I can make it red, blue, green, whatever I want. So by default, keep it white, like neutral. Now this color is there. So now for this, then I need to connect this to with this another one more. So Control W to enhance this color base. This to be. So wherever you have a color node, if you want to improve the color, you have to change this. So this is my expression underscore 02. So I have two controllers here and connect this to base. This is for make this thing dark or bright, and this thing just to improve the color. Let it compile building.
When
it's
you
back.
add lights, what is the shortcut to make it visible and invisible
G.
in the scene?
G. So now you can see I have two expressions and plus a color node. So now let's see this color. I want to change it to maybe red. See? And now if I want to boost this color, I can reduce, I can increase this, but this is not showing anything here. That's very strange. Why it's not changing? Colored everything. It should control the intensity also. I guess I need to clamp it down. Add a clamp, base color, multiply. So clamp is basically because if I manually change this thing, it can go beyond 255 or minus also. If you clamp it, it will never go beyond 0 and 1 and control the entire thing with the help of this scalar parameter, convert to parameter. And this is my color intensity. By default value, you can give 1, save it. Okay. Red color multiplied 0.5. Yeah. Now I can decrease the intensity of the color. And let's, this is strange. It's not doing anything. Not doing anything. With this, I can control the intensity, but this power thing should work. It's correct only. Correct only. So now I can change the color whenever I want. And change it very easily. Increase the intensity, slightly dark. Gold. Why gold is so black?
It wasn't.
It's not golden in color. It looks like brown only. Let's see. multiply, ambient occlusion, multiply. Metallic fine. No problem. Convert to parameter color.
So for this one, you didn't put power.
Power and all. No. Let's see color. Now it's little golden. So we can change this thing with the help of color. Just a hint of color. Let's see power. Now add a power. Correct. B. This is like color intensity. Or like best way, like if you want to create this thing, you can use the basic material available in this thing. What it called? That master material available in Megascan. You can use that also if you want. Yeah, that's okay. You can change all this color. So easiest thing will be if you go and check this Megascan materials, like this one. Default. Yes, this one. So if you create a instance here, you see you have all this color overlay and all these options already there. Albedo, you can see tint, color option, contrast, all these options are there. You can use this thing directly and just replace your texture here. So suppose I want to use this one. This one instance. Suppose I want to use this one here. Then I drag drop it, open this thing. This one, right? Which one?
So
Texture. Where is the texture? This one.
for the
Body.
yeah, that one.
Okay, so let's see. So I'll activate metallic is not there. Roughness, normal, albedo. So roughness for this. So for this, you have to bring only the roughness channel, roughness map, or you have to modify the base. Like base instance, before doing instance, you have to modify that where you can add that channel. So that is something we can do. Normal to normal, albedo to albedo. And this one, drag, drop it here. So now if I open this one, I have all these parameters. Here, if I want to change the color, you can see I have specular, metal, and all the options. Color tint, you can change it. Then albedo contrast, you can see saturation, increase, decrease, hue, saturation, brightness, increase, decrease, contrast, increase, decrease, and this is NA, nothing. So with this also you can modify this thing, and it will become easy for you to control because this already set, all these parameters and everything is already set. If you open the main material, so instead of like creating your own master material, you can use this only directly. So here you can see roughness. So in your roughness is G. So you have to connect this to this. Just modify the base. Then you can create the instance. So you can duplicate the base like main master material, modify it according to your requirement, and then connect it. So it will work without any problem.
So I'll just repeat what you did. You duplicated the
master material,
and then you applied all the textures in these, and then
no. In master material, like I just created instance. So for in your case, do not modify the main master material. So what you have to do is right click, duplicate. So this is going to your new master material for your imported assets from Substance. So you can name it and you can put it into your folder where you want to place it. Let's see. Just okay. Just move it there. And here, this is your main master material now. So now create instance and apply whatever you want to apply here. So do not modify the main master material, duplicate that and modify it, because the Substance textures will have that roughness in G channel, right? Green channel. So, but if you check this one, here roughness coming from RGB. Normal is from RGB, detail normal also, everything is RGB basically. So metal map is basically your blue channel, modify, roughness is green channel, modify, and then connect it, and then save this thing, and then instances and use it.
So this duplicated master material, I have to do this change.
Yes, duplicated master material.
Okay.
Then create instances and then start using it. So it will like save a lot of time for you. You just have to drag, if anything missing, you just have to drag drop that particular map there.
Okay.
Right. So it will save a lot of time. Plus it have already all these presets, like all these options are already there. So you don't have to do it manually. You just have to replace your metallic, roughness, normal, detail normal, and albedo. Replace it and then start like applying. Makes sense, right?
Yes, sir. So for roughness and metallic, we have 2 ARM maps I have to add.
Yes, you have to apply 2 different maps here, like twice.
Twice I have to apply.
Twice you have to apply, so it will work. Or if you want to modify the main master also, that is also possible. You can have one RGB metallic roughness. So suppose I delete this one and name it as metallic. slash roughness. So green is blue is metallic and green is roughness. So this will also work. If I save it, I'll have only one option. That roughness option won't be there. You can just simply drag drop it here. It will work.
So what about AO then?
The AO we have to create then. We have to add here AO.
Okay. Okay.
So if we go to instance now, you can see that metallic roughness came, that roughness is gone. And suppose you want to add AO, let's see here. Double click, open this window. Not there.
Sir, is this material function?
This is material function. This is material function. That's what I'm checking. Let's see metallic and all this thing. Okay, it's stuck. Huh? So if you want to create one more ambient occlusion, you can just simply specularity or anything, duplicate, Control W. All right. Okay, select this, Control C, and paste it here, Control B. Yeah. And name it as your like ambient occlusion. Name it as your ambient occlusion, AO. And this also can name AO and connect this to your ambient occlusion. So here I can see there's an error. Okay, I'll delete this. I'll duplicate this one. Yeah, it will work. So input this thing, name it as AO, wherever you have, just AO. 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 So everything, all name changed, everything changed. Save it. And here I can see that AO thing is missing. So I need a AO here. AO is R channel connected, here gone. So now you can just simply replace your ORM map here directly. Save it. So all the maps are here. So basically it's already there. You just have to modify it according to your requirement. And if we go here, you see that ORM map is there. You can just simply replace it. So based on that map, it will automatically change. So max to max, what I can do is I can change the name of this to ORM. So that make more sense. Let's see. Now you have this, you can see ORM. Just replace your ORM map. It will work. Right?
Okay, sir.
So this is what you can do. So instead of like creating things manually, you can just simply just create, modify one, and then instance, and drag drop your textures. So it should work without any problem. And make sure send that this thing export your level Okay, let's see lighting.
Sir, apart, I also wanted to ask, apart from post-process, what other lighting should be added in the
Like,
any other?
yes, so you need to add a lot of like this thing, bounce lights and all, because this entire thing will be covered, right?
Yeah.
So what I have to do, you have to do is you have to place a light here, uh, here. You have to place a light here also. Maybe this thing, a spotlight, because interior lighting is entirely different from exterior lighting. So you have to fake a lot of lights. So because that part, sun won't come directly, right? So you can have one direction light there, like one direction light for the creating the basic environment light. Then you have to fake lighting like bounce lights. You need to place a spotlight here to illuminate the entire scene. Then increase the intensity of your skylight. By default it's 1, make it 2, 2, 3, 4, check whatever works. And like then like all the bounce and extra things you have to place, like maybe you need to brighten this area, so place a point light here, not there, like somewhere here, increase the radius, you can increase the intensity also. So like slightly bright, if you want to do it, you can place it and switch off the shadow, so it will only brighten the area. Like you have to fake a lot of things, so fake you have to fake lighting, make it bright and all, and make sure it's not very prominently visible there is a fake light. So just keep the intensity, everything under control, and you can do this. Yeah, like a lot of fake light, basically a lot of fake light, and use a lot of reflection capture. Reflection capture. So more reflection capture you have, better reflection you'll get. You can see clear difference.
Each of these lights will be ray traced?
Yes, this is not light. This is just a reflection capture.
No, the lights you're talking about.
Yes, all lights will ray traced. So you can create this thing. It will give you nice, bright, this thing. What do you call it? Reflection and all.
So what about volumetric? There's one more.
Fog.
Yeah, should fog should I add to this
Fog. If you add volumetric fog, then if you fake the light, it will be visible. So instead of using volumetric fog, you can use, if you go to, you remember if I sent a package of particles and all long time back. So in that there is a fog. If you see particle system, let's see, there is no fog. So there is a particle system of fog, and so you can just simply use those. So that will like that's basically area fog. It will work on a restricted area only. So wherever you need fog, you can place that.
Okay. So is this available in marketplace? Because
yes, it's free of cost. Free of cost is available.
Okay. Okay.
It's available. You can do that. This is also have to modify now. AO is missing. So add those things. Yes, and you asked about water, right? So to create water, there one prerequisite for this. You have to create a landscape. Without landscape, this inbuilt water won't work. So first thing you have to do is go to your plugin setting, plugin, and search for water, and enable this one. So the moment you enable this, it will ask to restart. So let's restart. Do so.
And even foliage is a
foliage.
We don't know how to implement it.
Okay, foliage is like one click only. That's pretty simple. I'll explain that.
So that is a commission piece, the one in the background.
No, it's from some diploma batch for their organic modeling. But I have planned to print it.
So how do you go about that? Let's say you want to print this. What's the method?
You have to make sure the scale first. Check the scale, whatever scale you want to print. Check the scale. In ZBrush, there's a Z plug. There is an option called 3D Print Hub in ZBrush. There's an option. So under that, double check your scale of the model, and then make sure there is no holes at all whatsoever. If there is too much gap between one part to another part, you have to fill those gaps with some other like sphere or something, and make sure your model is solid and inside it's hollow.
How do you make it hollow on the inside?
You basically decimate the entire model, decimate all the parts, then combine everything, then Dynamesh the entire model.
Okay.
So by that, what will happen? All the inside part will go, and everything will attach together. There is no holes at all. So double check it. There is no hole, and then you just check the scale and everything, and then export it and print it. Okay, let's see this thing. Okay, just thinking. Now I want to place my water. So before placing water, you need a landscape. So I'll go to modes, landscape. You can see the landscape, because in this case, landscape is not required. You can see this thing clearly. So I'll just push it down. And if I want, I can increase the scale, or if I want to move it, I can move also. Then once I'm done with this, make sure enable layer edit is on. Without this, your water material won't work. So make sure create this and then create. Okay, done. So let's see. Where is my landscape? Where is my landscape? Speed increase. Sculpt. So like this backside is not visible. Strength I can increase. So that backside, if you want to like cover, you can cover it like this very easily. Okay. Select. Go inside. So, okay. So this is like we have to fix like things. Now, once this is ready, now search here water. So you can see we have a lot of water option here. Water eye, you can have water body island, water body lake. So for this, like this section is entire thing is underwater, right? So you can use ocean for this is not required. Water lake, you can use it, drag, drop it. And it will compile. And then if you, because the shape is not correct, add spline points, right click and add spline points and fill the area. Right click at spline point. Let's let it compile.
Is it something similar also? Now for Shiva, there are places where water is trickling down from his arms.
Okay, for that you can use water, but for that you have to use plane and water material. You have to create planes there, because there's a river is there, but a problem with this river, it walks with the landscape. If I place it here, it will pull the landscape till here automatically, because for river and all you need to have a base, right? So it automatically generate that base. So you need to create plane, and once you create the plane, what you can do is select this thing. It will have water material. So let's see, search for the compiling, and if I search here water, now you can see I have water material, ocean material, lake material. So now you can just simply apply that material to that particular plane. So it will create that water effect automatically. It's compiling.
So adding water will make the file heavy?
Little heavy, yes. And I guess I have a waterfall particle system. I have to check that. If I find that, I'll send it. So you just have to drag, drop it and place. I guess there is a fountain here, water, and there's a water, right? So you can place it here or here. It will automatically generate that water. I have a particle, I guess. I have to check it.
Particle, is it similar to this one? Like, does it have spline? Can we add splines to it?
Spline, I guess. Oh, yes. That is something you can download from library only. It's there. I guess water material or something. Let's see. Scroll down. Yeah. See, there is something called water material project. It's there, and water plane. These two are already there in Unreal Marketplace. It's free of cost. You can download this one. And it's a spline basically. Let's see. Add to project. This one. Add to project. Complete. So let's go. Water material. You can have this water. You can see you have a waterfall and all these things. Let's see. Blueprint. You have a sunlight maps. All you can see a lot of water material with your like ponds, come creeper. All these things are there, and there is one spline also was there somewhere. I don't exactly remember, but one. So that's for that. Let's see if I open this. Save selected. Open. That same water material applied in a different ways. Like there is a spline modifier. Where is the spline modifier? You can see it have waterfall, splash, and everything. It's already there. So if you want, you can use this. So you just have to create a geometry there, plane, and apply this material and with this particle systems. So it will create nice, realistic looking waterfall. There was one more. Let's see. No, because this one only. It will take forever to compile. 4,000 something. So you can use this one. This is freely available in marketplace. You can download this and use it. All water material and everything is there already, and different type of materials are there. Right now it looks flat, but once you apply, everything is compiled. You can see it's like water ripple and this movement and everything is there. And plus splashes and wet feel. There's one more project is there. I guess let's see. Which is available in Unreal Marketplace. Name is I forgot the name. Like Winter Forest is also nice. Where is that? You can use this Tropical Jungle also. They have a decent amount of foliage and plus a spline river in this Tropical Jungle. And where is the water wet thing? I guess it's reflection or refraction something. Reflection. This project is also available free of cost. You can open this. It have a lot of puddles and this like leaking water and all those things like decal maps. So from this you can use that to make things look nice. Reflected. This is also free. It's available in marketplace. There's a particle system. This is also it have like dust, your firefly, and all these effects. Still compiled. Post process. Let's see. Finite extent. Exposure. Minimum. So this is your actual lighting. It's not that bright. So like to make this thing like visible, you have to fake the lighting. A little far, increase the radius and shadow. If you want, you can switch up shadow. It won't create those odd looking shadows. Intensity, if you want, you can definitely increase. And this, if this becomes too bright, you can reduce it. So you have to fake lighting, basically. Interior lighting is all about faking. You have to fake a lot of light. So that from a distance it should be visible. So now from a distance visible. Same goes with this. You have to fake things. Always have a bigger radius most of the time, so it will blend with the scene very easily. If I want to make this thing brighter slightly, slightly brighter, slightly brighter. Okay, still water is like compiling only. So this is your like actual lighting. So you can see it's not that bright. So you have to add a lot of light here. So once this thing is closed, this entire thing is closed, it will become even darker. So you need to add a lot of fake light to brighten up the space area. So if I want, I can duplicate this, increase the radius, increase the intensity, maybe 500. Multiple lights. Shadow is off. So from distance, like it should not like noticeable. That's the only thing. It should not be noticeable like your light source. It should look like with that top part is only the lighting source. So based on that, you have to align your lights and create that gradation like to top to bottom, but brightness to darkness, slow, gradual change. Okay, now like foliage. Okay, why time it happens? Go to mode. There is something called foliage. To paint foliage, so you have to go to. Let's see. I have under Megascan. I have 3D plants. Yes, couple of foliage. I believe. Sorry. Over here. So I have this foliage. You see, grass also there. So if I want this thing, moss, this thing fern, select all three plants, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants. You can do it one by one also. You can do it together also. So drag, drop it here. It can be rocks, it can be anything that like in your randomly populating just to populate your scene. So anything, it can be anything. It's not just foliage. It can be rocks, can be pebble, can be some other stuff, or maybe suppose you have in your scene a lot of broken debris. It can be that also. So this is like by default, you can say 0, 0, 0, like nothing is painted yet. Select all of them. To create variation, make sure change the scale 1 to maybe 3. And I can see it's really tiny. So I can make it increase to 3 to 7 scale. And brush size, I can increase. Yeah. So if I go ahead, zoom in, reduce the brush size also. Paint. Where we want to paint? We'll paint. And if you zoom in, you see scale wise, it's pretty small. You can paint it wherever you want to paint. Randomly paint here. And one more thing, oh, cast shadow is on. So make sure your cast shadow is on, otherwise it won't cast any shadow. Like this, you can populate your scene. Let's see, layer. All foliage. Okay, it's compiling it. It's still compiling. It's like underwater, this thing. Exit your mode. No, cover this thing. So now you can see those fake lights. It will work and make everything brighter. Still compiling. So foliage works like this only. Like you have to go to foliage and drag drop your foliage, and then change the, make sure randomize the scale so that you, it doesn't look like a same thing repeating multiple times. So randomize the scale and make sure your cast shadow is on, and then paint it wherever you want to paint. So water thing is still compiling. And this one looks okay.
So usually it takes this much time to compile
Uh, you not this much, because I have like opened this thing and plug in something. I guess it's reloading all the materials. That's why. So it takes time. It usually takes time, little time. Like once it's loaded, it's then it's easy.
Is it modifiable after it's loaded?
Like yes, if you want to change the shape of the water or anything, you can definitely do it. Let's see. Water body lake. Okay. Yes, I can modify whenever I want. It's compiling. And then just spline, all this thing also I can modify. Underwater post process, water source, water waves and all, water height maps settings, curve settings, this depth and all I can control. Then make it additive so it blend with the shape. All this fall off also I can change width or angle. Still compiling. It will take time. I don't know.
Or in the post processing, apart from the exposure and other basic settings, anything else we have to?
Yes, post process. There's like you can see a lot of things are there. So there's something if you go to miscellaneous to like fix the lighting of the scene. This overall looks flat. Suppose you want to increase the contrast or something, you can use a LUT map here, and that LUT package also available in Unreal. Let's see. Say LUT pack. LUT pack. It's already there. Add to project. Done. So if I go here, LUT pack. So LUT is basically this map. So based on this, I can increase, decrease the contrast and all this thing very easily. So you can see popular looks. So a little more contrast, a little bit more saturated. You can see Blockbuster. Just assign it here. It will change the entire appearance of the scene. See, everything becomes slightly greenish and slightly more contrast. Let's see, I want to use maybe this one. Slightly blue. I switch off, you see, contrast level, everything changes. So with this, you can like save a lot of time. And intensity also you can control. If you don't want to the full intensity, 0.5, that also works.
So we do this before lighting or after?
While lighting, if you want, because this is something, if you use this, so what will happen, it will create some kind of lighting in your scene. So based on that, you have to make things darker or brighter. So apply this first and then use it. It will save time, a lot of time. Let's see. See, this is a little more natural. See, nice dark. You automatically create this contrast. And corners, make it slightly dark. That option is there in image effect, vignette. If you increase it, it will make the corner slightly dark. So your focus always stay in center. So it looks a little nicer. And you can see you have shadows. Suppose you want to change the color of shadow, again from black to little bluish or little lighter tone. You can modify this. You can change the gamma of the scene. Then you have all this rendering feature you have to tweak. So this is like tint. If you want any tint in your ambient occlusion, you can do that. Intensity can increase, decrease. This will work after baking only. Without baking, it won't work. Cube map, you can use any of the light map if you want. HDRI maps basically. So you can see. So lighting we can modify like this also with the help of this. Then you have ambient occlusion, intensity, you can increase, decrease. This will work after baking only. And one more thing, quality, make it 100. Stuck, my system stuck. Okay, 100%. And power is 2. If you want to increase, make it dark. You can see ambient occlusion here. You can improve that. And if you ray tracing, if you have ray tracing, enable it. It will work. Intensity 1, radius, the fall off of your ambient occlusion. You can control this, increase, decrease. You see slight change. Then GI, global illumination, if you want. The GI will work with RTX, it will work very nicely. So number of bounds basically. Then your ray tracing GI is disabled. So final gather you can use, and maximum bounds, sample. This will increase the baking time. Reflection, ray tracing, all these things you can control. So all this thing, you also switch on the ray tracing, have to check like what it's doing. It will create nice reflection and everything. So those things based on the requirement, it will increase or decrease the value.
Also, sir, is there any way we can extend the date till Sunday? Is it possible?
That is, I am really doubt that's not possible, because the last time what I discussed this thing with Vinay, so he said like give date till Wednesday. So I said like, sir, Wednesday, like how it will happen. So that's like a bit difficult, because I guess before Monday or by Monday we have to update it. So that's,
so at least Sunday morning, because there's so much of Unreal stuff to do, and we're still in this.
I'm not sure. I'll confirm it. I'll ask Vinay, because this is something I don't know. So I'll ask him. If he says okay, I'll say okay.
Okay, sir.
Oh, it's taking forever. It's still 1300 like materials to compile. So try these things out, like, and if you like have any this thing issues or something, you can get back to me. Otherwise, it will take another half an hour to be compiled. So. And apply this thing. Let's see, the lighting and everything changed. And the post process system file. And screen percentage, increase it, make it like full 400%. It's basically for better quality, give you better resolution. So you increase screen percentage, also increase it. Path tracing is not required. So ray tracing, control this thing. And if you switch on ray tracing, it will look entirely different within no time.
In a good way, or?
In a good way, in a good way. So it will look entirely different, because ray tracing basically real time, it show you all the reflection, refraction, everything. So right now, like everything I have to fake it. Like I'm adding multiple lights and faking things. So ray tracing, switch on it first and then check wherever you want need to add lights, then add lights one by one. Because ray tracing
that might be another problem, sir, because Sanjana is doing most of the fake lighting. Okay. And then if she'll send it to me in the end, and if I enable,
so Sanjana can, what she can do is she can create all the lights and create a folder, like select all of them plus name it as light. So if you want to switch off, you can switch off the entire folder at once. That will save a lot of time.
Okay.
So now you can see water is, what happened to water? Just now I saw water. So you can see if I go close up, because I have modified those ambient occlusion and everything, it goes darker. And where is the water? It's correct only. All right. Just now it was visible. Now it's vanished.
So when I add water, like when we add water, the base, the main.
Okay.
The main base, do we have to change the base or add some texture to it? Like you saw the textured base was already there.
So you have to align it with this properly.
Okay.
So if you pull it too further, it will show the base landscape, and then align it. And you can have, yes, you need to add a generic texture, apply anything from Megascan, tile level map. So you can see all this reflection, refraction, all this thing. It will create automatically. You don't have to do anything. And you can see you have materials also. So you can create your own plane here and use that water material thing. It have already those spline and those splash and everything. So that will be like, it should be easy. So let's see, play. Start. So it's my system, it's lagging. So what I now can see water and everything, you see it visible. I have increased ambient occlusion too much, so I have to reduce that. You can see that refraction, it's working perfectly. Back. So this is like already there, so use it. So try to use use presets. There's a lot of presets are there. So try to use them. That will save a lot of time for you, and plus like fix things very easily. So here I can see post process. I increased too fast. Here, so I have to correct this post process. Let's see. Exposure is fine. It's fine. Okay, because of this, so I'll just make it 0.5. And let's see. It's fine. Intensity of ambient occlusion. You can see I can make it 0.5 or maybe 0.7, slightly dark. It will generate nice ambient occlusion. Let's see. Nice ambient occlusion. Radius also I can increase, decrease. Keep it really low. We increase it. By default it's 200. We'll separate all the parts. Like this, you can do it and create everything. And like if you select the water material, that also have a lot of settings here. You can see your priority, your blend radius, and all these things are there. If you modify post process setting, also there, lens, color, film, all these things you can modify. Rendering, if you want to increase ray trace and all, but it will increase your like it will be very heavy on system. So initially start with this. Do not enable this ray tracing. So once everything is ready, then try it and modify your light. Water body collision is also already there. So if you want, you can keep it, or if you want to delete, you can delete it.
Even if the lightings have already been set, most of the settings has to be done in the post processing.
Post process, yes,
right.
yes. To get a like good quality render. Yeah, you can do this. And double check with camera, focal length and all. Create this. Okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
That's also.
Okay. So okay, I'll send this recording. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. What happened? My Zoom stuck.